Okay, we're back. So, welcome back to Warhammer 2 Total War. It's been a while since we've played any of this. Yeah, we're going to be starting a new campaign tonight. And, we have played as them a few times in the past, but they keep getting updates. I believe now, in Ovian Lost Factions, they're actually one of, if not the only faction which has 5 skulls, which means that they're pretty much finished. We're going to be playing as Araby again. However, we're not going to be playing as Sultan Jafar this time, even though he has had an update to his character model, and he's got a nifty little movie here, which is something I haven't seen from any of the other factions. And then we've got 2 other legendary lords to choose from. We have Dira, who is the leader of the Aswad Scythans, desert nomads who team up with tomb kings to protect their tombs. However, we're going to be playing as the Golden Magus, who is kind of a mixture of like Araby and and sort of a Vampire Coast faction. He has a ship of his own, rather. He doesn't have undead. Now, the Golden Magus as a character is from the Dreadfleet sub-game for Warhammer Fantasy Battles. A very short-lived sort of, well, mini-game thing. It was like naval battles, I believe, but not in the way that Man of War was. It was more focused around a single big powerful ship with maybe like 2 smaller ships for the sides rather than a whole fleet like Man of War had. Man of War would be more like Battlefleet Gothic, you know, for people who know that. Don't worry if you don't. It's all just, it's not really relevant to this. But the Golden Magus is a character from Dreadfleet, is essentially the things behind that. He had a ship called the Flaming Scimitar, as these factions called over here, which was the scale of the ships in Dreadfleet were pretty friggin' massive. He has basically a palace on it and a whole bunch of djinn which are under his control. So yeah, let's see. Our faction effects are: we have 50 diplomatic relations with the pirates of Sartosa. We get plus 50% income for raiding. We're immune to high seas attrition. All armies, which is nice. We'll be able to raid around the seas. We have plus 10% campaign movement range for our Lord's army. We have access to shipbuilding. We can upgrade the Flaming Scimitar like, you know, like, what's it called? Archon or Noctilus or any of the others. We have minus 30% upkeep for Arabian flying carpets, genies, and ifrits. And we have a bound spell, Fireball. We start off with some Promethean Hatchlings, a Kimar El-Nar, which I think... Is that... Oh, what was that? That's the Manticore. I thought that was like the Ifrit. I think a bunch of names for things have been changed. And Arabian Flying Carpets. We're playing on hard and battles on normal. We start here in the... Oh, what is it? It's like the swamp area, I think, on the Vampire Coast. I have played a little bit of this campaign before. For what I played, it's quite difficult. Starting because vampiric corruption is a problem. We have Count Noctilus here. We have... I'm going to look at his name. I'm sorry, I don't play as him much. Luther Harkon, there we go. Down here. And we have the Dark Elf down there as well. This guy, Lockyer Fellheart, further to the south, and in my game he actually came up and took this settlement here when I tried to take it. We also have Teclis over here in the Volcanic Islands, and the Lizardmen further inland, but in my game I didn't get so far that they were a problem. So yeah, primarily we're going to be fighting against Vampire Coast. Sounds fun. Let's go. It's also going to be more difficult because Araby, they kind of have rather low morale on their infantry. We have some neat artwork, which is from Dreadfleet, showing off the Flaming Scimitar. In the lore, it used a variety of different djinn to protect it, and also to, like, as you see there's like a wind djinn blowing in the sails, and fire djinn burning other ships nearby. I think there was also like water sprite djinn along the edges here on the model, which would like help carry it along. Yeah, it's basically a big palace on it. And we'll see once we get in game, actually have a model made for the ship, which is pretty cool. The ship models, from what I remember in Dreadfleet, were very nice. I never got it. It was extremely short-lived and I didn't have much interest in it, but I believe rather sought after now. We might have to hop around a bit. Yes, we own the Poxmarsh. So, in our other Araby campaigns, or when we've played as factions down here, we have usually seen Golden Magus over here. And in most of my games, he just sat around in here and didn't really do much of anything. Maybe go over here, Vampire Coast Mutineers. But owning... The problem is this is two separate regions, or two separate provinces, so owning over here means I have a different public order than if I own over here. And, well, the Blood Swamps is tempting. I'd also like to take the Awakened. It's got kind of a powerful garrison, though, especially with the Sirens, which cause terror. And they're, ethereal, they have magic attacks, and they have this, Charmed, -9 melee attack. But there's also the Depth Guard, which would pretty much chew through my infantry. You also have rotting Prometheans, a bloated corpse, zombie pirate gunnery mobs with bombers and mortars, not to mention Luther Harkon himself. Our infantry just isn't... Well, I mean, stat-wise they're alright. Their leadership is a bit low, from what I remember. At least they tend to flee rather easily. We have some dervishes, which are unbreakable. Anti-infantry. We have a unit of Jezzails. Going through the units. Dervishes, they're like armor-piercing anti-infantry melee units. They have Frenzy, they're unbreakable. They have 10% physical resistance, 5% missile resistance, 10% magic resistance. It says Greatsword, but I believe they're dual-wielding. At least I remember them being dual-wielding. Pit Fighters, which are a slave unit, but they're better than slaves, but they come from the same building. They have 30 armor, though I did note we can actually upgrade them with crafted heavy armor, which lowers their speed by 5%, but increases their armor by 40. So eventually they get 70 armor, which is pretty good. Might be something we want to do. They have come in a unit of 68, so it's not that big. They have Deathblow, and they're armor-piercing anti-infantry too. They have a shield. They look pretty much like Norscan warriors, but with some more armor on, I think. Kind of expensive, 195 upkeep. Arabian Corsairs, dual sword infantry, anti-infantry. I suppose they're like, well, they're like the Sartosan, or the, what are they called? Free Company militia, but without the pistols. Scourge of the Great Ocean, they plundered the shores of Tylia and Estalia with wanton abandon. Anti-infantry and vanguard deployment. Araby warriors. These are basically just like Empire warriors, Empire swordsmen, from what I remember. Jezzails. They're one of our ranged units. A unit of 30 soldiers with long-barreled arquebus, which have armor piercing and shield breaker. Huh, how about that? 45 armor. They have Vanguard deploy, they have Strider, they can hide in forest, and they have Stalk. So they're good for sniping. They've got a rather low rate of fire, I think. 17.1 seconds, yes. So 52 leadership too. And they are just on foot, so the 33. I think we can get camel Jezzails for faster ones later on. We have Arabian flying carpets, as we saw earlier. These are flying cavalry, it says. They are armed with bows. And they're pretty good with their shots. They have magical attacks. They have good ranged missile strength. I think they can fire while moving. And do they have the ability to shoot in an area around, circle around them? Maybe? I don't know. 80 armor, which is quite high. 105 speed, very fast. 34 melee attack, 37 melee defense. They're not terrible in melee. And they have Blood Howl, which is quite nice. Only lowers leadership by 4, but that's, you know, it's nice to have the little bit of an extra push if you decide to get them into melee. 58 charge bonus, which is pretty good. Yeah, decent melee combatant. We have Promethean Hatchlings, which are, from what I remember, basically exactly the same as the rotting Prometheans, but they're not undead. They cause fear, they have immune to psychology, charge defense versus large, armor piercing. They're a siege attacker. Come in a unit of 12. Yeah, good armor. And so on. And the Kimar al-Nar, an ancient beast, harbinger of fiery doom, bound to a magician's service, whom are said to love the smell of naphtha in the morning. Okay. Causes terror. It does rampage. It's unbreakable. So while it rampages in my sort of short test of the campaign, it will rampage for a bit and then it will rally again, even though it will stop rampaging, even though it doesn't have regeneration or anything like that. It has Fireball as a bound spell. Magical flaming attacks, causes fear, yeah. Resilience, immune to hurricane, tempest, storm, storm of Amanar, severe storm, severe gale, and maelstroms. I see, I suppose. 70% fire resistance, 15% missile resistance, 10% physical resistance. I think these were called Ifrits earlier. Ooh, we also actually have some little details on the UI, which is pretty nice patterns there, and the little djinn up the top there. And then there's the Golden Magus, the self-styled Sultan of the Seas. The eccentric Golden Magus hides incredible sorcerous powers beneath his gaudy appearance. Got a great mustache. He is a spellcaster primarily. He has Flaming Scimitar, or the Flaming Scimitar, which is pretty good. Let's see, the ability there affects allies in range and himself in a 200 meters radius, I think that. Or acts on targets within area. Okay. Gives a magical fire damage and increases their base weapon damage by 30% and base missile damage by 25%. Okay. Along with plus 10% weapon strength, plus 40 armor piercing and magical flaming attacks. Though he does have flaming attacks as base. I suppose that's just because the weapon would maybe override that? I don't know. Auric Robes. Plus 10 melee attack when fighting against Vampire Coast, Vampire Counts, and Tomb King. 4 wins of magic resistance and ward save. You can also get a camel as a mount or a djinn skiff, which I actually haven't seen yet. I wonder what that looks like. Protector of Order or a Machinator. Yeah, we get to choose whether we want to like side with the forces of good. He becomes unbreakable, or side with the forces of evil. And we get regeneration, and we also spread chaos corruption. Ward of the One. Missile resistance 10%. Aether Tether, Sultan of the Seas, Old but Gold, Arcane Conduit, Interchanger's Sphere, Master of Sorcery, Tide Call, Denizens of the Deep. We have a mixture of Lore of Heavens, Lore of Fire, and Lore of the Deep. So Tide Calls are a pretty good spell. It also slows units down. We can summon Rotting Prometheans. We have Burning Head, which is a nice wind spell. Flame Storm, which is a pretty good vortex. Harmonic Convergence, which, it's a nice buff, but I prefer buffs which affect multiple units rather than just a single one. But for buffing up a unit, you know, with some more melee defense, attack, and armor, that's pretty good. Moranon's Thunderbolt, a bombardment spell, that's pretty good to hit a specific unit. And Master of the Djinn, which summons a genie. It also gives +2 uses for the Fireball spell. Also, we can get Wishmaster, which gives us an increased miscast base chance, increases recruit rank for Flying Carpets, Genies, and Ifrits, and gets us the passives for these laws. So Kindle Flame, increased weakness to fire, Kiss of the Deep, which causes a bit of damage whenever we cast spells, and Roiling Skies, pardon, which lowers speed and melee defense for flying units. Inspiring Presence. I think the red tree is pretty much the same, and the blue tree is pretty much the same. We start off with 2 points to spend. I don't really know what I want to put them into. I wonder whether we could survive not having a capital, because we have a ship we can sail around with. What am I going to want early on? I think these two. Denizens of the Deep and the Burning Head, because we're going to be dealing with a lot of undead. Okay. I won't go through much else right now, because I want to get on with it. Ooh, this might actually be good to build. Jungle Clearance. The jungle can hide a lot of precious resources and fertile land. Plus, it's about time someone did something about the dog-sized mosquitoes. Sounds horrible. Negates and ameliorates penalties from hostile climate in a region. Okay. Does that mean if it was like an unsuitable climate, it would become suitable? Medicinal plants, timber, growth, construction minus 30% cost for all buildings, plus 10% casualty replacement rate, minus 50% construction time, plus 50% income for all buildings. That's quite nice. I might get rid of this Sepoy Kasern and get the jungle clearance. Then after that, we can recruit some units from our ship, so we don't necessarily need a barracks. We need it, I think, to be able to get... What can we recruit from our... Oh, we actually have the same units here, so we can get spearmen and bows from our ship. So I'll move you into docks, and we'll recruit some units. The only problem is that, yeah, we recruit less from our ship than we do from local. 1 less slot. Corsairs or spearmen? I'm going to get that, and then I think that. And for this, I am going to get Teachings of the Wise. Yes, we'll get that for the increased research rate and the public order, and then we'll go for the other one for the lowered public order penalties from corruption. Also have Grand Bazaar, where we can buy items or weapons. I haven't actually looked through this. Yeah, we seem to have a whole bunch of unique items. Or at least a collection of items. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And we also have slaves, so we can capture slaves. for an increase to our income. I don't know whether I'd want to do that right here, right at the moment, because slaves are going to cause massive public order problems. I might hold off on that at the moment. We would need this building, Grand Yasia, or the slave trader building, to be able to make use of that. And with this being a small settlement, I would rather use the slots for other things. So let's continue on. Luther Harkon wins against them. I think my last game he moved up here and took this settlement. Ooh, hang on. I just remembered something. When I was playing, I had the sound down very low. So let's turn that up a bit. Okay, let's build this jungle clearing, because that will be useful for building other things. It doesn't increase growth rate.
So?
Okay, Fuming Serpent's been raised. I'd like to go after some of these notable spots on the ocean. This will probably also be a shorter than usual first episode for Warhammer 2 Total War, because I was playing Quake before and got caught up in it, so apologies for that, but Quake's hard to put down. Flame on! Let's see, we've got more spearmen. I've got to be careful of my income. We're not making that much.
What do you want of me? My mind rages.
Oh, there's Harkon. We team up with the High Elves. If I had a hero, we could go over and see Sartosa. I don't want to leave my settlement though, because then we'll lose it. I don't think we can make use of the Galleon's graveyard. Oh. Actually, apparently we can. The ocean is suitable, which is what the Galleon's graveyard is. So we could capture that from Noctilus. Whether we'd have a full settlement to build in there is another matter, though. Isn't it only Vampire Coast factions which can make full use of that settlement? Oh yeah, we've got diplomatic relations penalty with Degan's Errantry, Knights of the Flame, Knights of Origo, and Jared's Errantry, which are all the Bretonian factions which start off in Araby. Oh yeah, and that's showing off. What's his name?
The Empire.
Bretonian. Oh.
I am listening.
Oh, that gives 5 growth. That's not nothing. Okay, we'll build up our army until we have 20 units, and then we'll go and get some of these.
I serve no master.
Let's see. Arabian Spearmen. I'm going to get another unit of Corsairs, and then I think I'm going to get 2 more Spearmen. Can I upgrade anything on your ship? No, you're going to have 17 turns before you can get something else. After I've recruited these units, I might want to demolish that deck and replace it with heavy ballast, or just more growth. Yeah. Okay. Oh hey, Techless. I'm sure we can come to a mutually beneficial agreement. Sure. You've surpassed yourself. This is wise. I would feel a bit safer being allies with the high elves around here than Vampire Coast. I want to get rid of the corruption. I don't want to be allies with the Vampire Coast and have, you know, having vampiric corruption everywhere and suffering attrition from that. What's all this here? Oh, pure breeds, camel barding, water clock. Plus 6% research rate. Archaeology, plus 10% research rate. And leadership plus 10 when fighting against Tomb King. Algorithmy. Any problem can be solved through the application of algorithms. Minus 5% recruitment cost. And increased income from industry and gold digger camps. Well, we don't have those. Cartography. Okay. Sun Order. Cryptos, an alien. I'm sorry, I got a butcher pronunciation. That gives us plus 3 leadership. Oath of loyalty. Tribal rights would be nice, but that reduces for the growth, but that reduces the public order by 1. So we'd be back to where we began. Abrogation of slavery. That gives public order plus 3. But reduces our income from slaves by quite a lot. Let's go here. Temporal freedom, and we'll go to Forbidden Tombs for the casualty replenishment rate. Getting 2 more dudes there. Okay, end turn. What's that thing there? Oh, it's like a little fort in the walls. Okay, we got jungle clearing. Be nice.
Ready?
And let's head off to here. There's the unique model for the Flaming Scimitar. Looks pretty nice. I like the details on the sails. We've got a big figurehead on the front. Very neat. Modders just continue to astound me with what they're able to do. Not even mentioning the things which have come out as recently. We've got, I don't have that active, but we've got Plague Bearers, another model for Plague Bearers and for Bloodletters. As well as the, one which I do have active, if we ever get to see it. We have, the Sky Cutter Chariot for the High Elves, which is, an interesting unit. Lost convoy. After defeat a foe in battle, a great hoard of treasure. Would be nice. Depends on what the army would have to fight in. But yeah, the Sky Cutter Chariot is well, imagine a chariot being pulled by eagles, flies through the air, and it has a what's it called? Like a ballista on it, and as well as some high elves with bows. That's not too bad. Depth guard, pirates, zombies, hand cannons, some gunnery mobs, and Charlie the bloated. And we can deal with that, I think. So yeah, Sky Cutter Chariot. People tend to think it looks a bit silly. I kind of agree with them. It's a chariot being pulled through the air by eagles. Eagles don't hover. But I mean, they do in this, but I haven't actually seen it in game myself. But it's neat that modders are able to make it and put it into the game. I don't know. It's nice to have it. I wouldn't be fussed one way or the other if Creative Assembly didn't add it. Okay, there we go. Arabian warriors, corsairs. Line them up behind. Pit fighters over here. Actually. Do we have anything to worry about? Cavalry-wise? No, we don't. Artillery-wise? No. Archers there. Line carpets there. Promethean hatchlings there. The Kimar el-Na there. And the Golden Magus over there. Okay. Let's have a look at these units. Because I believe Araby has had a bit of a redesign since we played as them last. Did we get to see this? I don't know. They're very shouty. But yeah, you can see they've got, you know, the neat patterns on their robes again. Though it seems like some of it's... like, textures are doing odd things. Yeah, there's like green on their robes. That's weird. That might be something to do with the map. Like the shade, like, because these Vampire Coast maps are like very... they're a lot sharper, I guess is what the thing is than other ones. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. There's the archers. The Golden Magus. Looks very neat. It's Flaming Scimitar and he's holding a big lantern. Kind of looks like the, oh, what do you call it? Like the lighting texture on it is a bit iffy. Yeah. Spears, corsairs, the pit fighters. Oh, I think, yeah, some of these are from Albion. Albion has these bronze helmets and all that. Nice. And the Ifrit, I think it was called, which is really a red manticore. Still pretty cool. He communicates solely through screaming. Seems like it. We got the Jazales, which they look neat. The long rifles. And the flying carpets, which again, it's just astounding that modders were able to get something like this. Because there's no unit like this in the base game, so how are you going to do this? But it looks very nice. And with their bows sitting on the carpets, they're flying around. Okay. There we go.
Find the enemy. Yes. Quick march.
Of course, we're up against the Vampire Coast, so yes, wizard scum. So they're all shambly, drunk zombies. Got swords and halberds and pistols and cannons. And the Depth Guard, which are vampires in heavy armor with pole arms. They're nasty. They've got regeneration when they're in melee. I do like the Vampire Coast. I don't play as them often. But the animations for their zombies is really neat. They're all shamble around like they're drunk. Okay. Hurry up. I'm going to stop you from attacking.
What do you bid?
Gisales, I'd like you to go over there. Are you casting a spell on them?
Yes, sir.
Where is their lord? Over there. Okay. We might want to drop our manticore. Ifrit. Sorry, on them. Okay. Watch out for their hand cannons. Hand cannons are nasty. Like that. They're like shotguns.
Standing by.
Okay, I want you to attack
Yes, sir.
Charlie the Bloated.
Yes, sir.
You can attack her as well.
Steel. Awaiting orders. We obey. Awaiting orders. Sir.
No, attack those hand cannons.
Weapons are yours. We are Sigma's heirs.
No magic. I'm going to be doing the magicking around here. Hey, I was supposed to summon things in. Okay. Charge him.
Yes, sir. Ready for war.
The ranged attacks of the Vampire Coast are quite nasty. You want to stop them from doing that as much as possible.
Weapons drawn. We are ready.
They're not very good shots, but
Battle. Yes, sir.
there's quite a lot of them, so... Where's a good clump of Vampire Coast? Go. Swoosh. Oh, there's like butterflies flying around as well. How pretty. As a flying carpet's going.
Kill the necromancer.
Yes, do that.
Withdraw.
Don't flee,
Off the foe.
cowards.
By. For Heldenhammer.
Swoosh. Okay, good, good. They're collapsing? They're all dead? Good. Okay. Must have got rid of their lord. Nice. Not too many casualties. None to units which matter. And we're going to get a nice amount of money for that too. Hopefully. Or we could end up with an item. If we end up like with a banner of oh, what's it called? Piercing banner or something, which gives us +5 armor piercing. I mean, that's nice, but it's, you can get better from these. That wasn't that tough of an army though, so. Do I want money or do I want to execute the captives? I'm gonna go for money for right now. Hey! Nice! 8,000 gold. Such vast wealth does not go missing out on the open ocean without pirates catching wind of it, and before long, a galleon held by a particularly belligerent vampire admiral appeared in a cloud of broadside guns and hissing black powder weapons, blocking your passage. After defeating the undead freebooter, you looted their galleon's coffers before sailing on to claim the salvage for the convoy for yourself.
You need fire?
Okay.
Landfolk are weak.
Vivian Ingle. We could... I wonder how effective this settlement's going to be for us. As I said, it's really only Vampire Coast which can... undead factions, I think, which can make use of this. Vampire Coast, I think, really only. Other factions, I think they get like one building slot. But since it's suitable climate for us.
Flame on. The rights are spoken.
Okay, head back over here. And we'll upgrade you. I'm going to get Root Marcher. I want to get Fervid on you. If I wanted something down here, I'd probably get Sea's Bounty. Because we're going to need the support your ship's going to give us, I think. Poxmarsh isn't enough.
Ready to burn them.
Especially for recruiting. If I can recruit them from my ship rather than from my settlement, that'd be much better. I'll be able to be a lot more aggressive. Oh, hey. What? Poxmarsh, declare heresy. The seeds of heresy is suspected in one of our settlements. The Grand Theogonist has released a witch hunter and charged him to root out the Chaos Taint. Got a witch hunter?
Guardian of all that is sacred.
Okay, we got a Hashashin. It's got a orc portrait. That's actually, pretty neat. Yeah, he can get a Jezzail. Wow. Oh, a camel Jezzail. So he gets it when he's mounted on a camel. So I suppose he's like a witch hunter or an assassin unit. Arca the Hashashin, Dorka, Jinn's protection, venomous blades, strike from the shadows, slippery, assassin's trophy. Nice.
Now, yes, the red wind blows.
What would we get him from normally? What building? Over here. Okay, we get him from the Shisha Den. Okay, cool.
The path is marked
You can hop back in
fire.
there.
Shield of Bretonnia.
And you can
Protect my land.
go in there. You have the voice of the Green Knight.
So?
So? We don't have to worry about the taking out these pirate factions, though they'll still aggress against us if we're nearby. But we don't get the infamy because we're not a, pirate faction. They condemn recent events involving Clan Pestilence. I haven't even met
I
Clan
serve no
Pestilence.
master.
Can I get anything from these Grand Bazaar? Hidden Blade. Golden Scimitar. Hammer of the Desert. Sundering attacks. Corsair Soul. +6 melee attack for Corsairs and Promethean Hatchlings. Minus 50% attrition for high seas, but we've already got no attrition, so we don't need that. Melee attack +8 when fighting at sea, all units in army. That's pretty nice. Dagger of Truth. Immune to vampiric attrition. And passive ability regeneration. That would actually be really nice. Lord's Army, so I could give that to my hero and it would still affect them? I might get that. It's expensive, but immunity to vampiric attrition is basically exactly what I need right now. Saif al-Janub. +30% weapon strength when fighting against vampire counts and coast. Bow of Seeking. +15% range for all units in army. That would be nice along with Jezzail's. Martyr's Shard. Wow. Passive ability Martyr's Stand. Constant on self if in melee. Disabled if hit point. Oh, if hit points go lower than 25%. Okay. +90% base weapon damage. +44 melee attack and unbreakable. That's quite good. +10% weapon strength and frenzy. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. So you get the frenzy, Oh no, that's hit points. So you could have Frenzy and the Unbreakable same time. Dimashku's Breath. Armor piercing, weapon damage plus 12, melee attack plus 14, weapon strength plus 18. Sword of the Vengeful God. Passive ability, Vengeful God Sword Hungers. Causes minor damage to self. It's disabled. Oh, okay. So when you're not in melee, it causes minor damage to you. If you are in melee, it regenerates 48 hit points per second and gives you plus 80% base weapon damage. So, okay, just chuck him in melee for as long as possible. Ifrit's Blade, plus 18 armor-piercing weapon damage. Flaming attacks. Summons Unchained Ifrit. Does that mean I don't control it? And we can get a Weeping Blade. Plus 35 armor-piercing weapon damage. Poison attacks, but plus 1 Skaven Corruption in the local province. Atabeg Ornate Armor, Kofa Scales, Dweller's Terror, Helmet of Sand, Heart of the Oasis, Breastplate of the Lost, Tear of Uzal, Sultan's Gilded Armor, Shield of Faith. Yeah, some of these things are really nice. Okay, I'm going to get Dagger of Truth. And since we don't have a Flaming Scimitar right now,
By the comet!
I guess you can have that. It gives you regeneration, and we're immune to Vampire Corruption. That's exactly what I need to be able to have a chance against Archon down there. It's nice that we had an answer like that. I'd have to check to see whether there's any items which would give us increased... what's it called? Untainted. So we can counteract some of this vampire corruption.
What do you want of me?
Actually, let me have a look. I don't want to spend too much time looking through this. Enchanted items. Ambush success chance, enemy leadership, cooldown, cursed djinn. Fine here. Public order plus 2. Okay. Vermintide. What? Ratkin necklace. Spell. Vermintide. We can summon a unit of clan rats. Okay. Interesting. Minus 30% casualty suffered from all attrition. Plus 1 chaos corruption. Minus 20% recruitment cost for chaos spawn units. Lord's Army. Twilight Mirror Shard. I don't know. We've got some research about like this. Plus 4 hero recruitment for necromancers. And this. Plus 5 melee attack for Chaos Spawn units, and plus 6 for Chaos Warriors, Aspiring Champion, and Chaos Knight units. I don't know how would we get the Chaos unit. Or the Necromancer. Undead unit. I don't see them in here. Is that through a specific building located somewhere?
What? Now's the time.
I'm so tempted to get rid of you. I don't want you sailing around here. What have we got? Goblin Rock Lobbers, a Spear Chucker, 2 Trolls, Wolf Riders, Orc Boar Boys, Orc Boys, and Orc Biggins. I shook the bloody. Get back here.
You need fire?
Well, we have a larger army. We have better archers. Hang on. And just... Okay. I can hear possums moving around on the roof.
Now's the time.
I serve no master.
They're gonna hurt in melee.
Slay with fire.
Let's get rid of them. We need the experience. Okay, what am I going to want to get rid of? Their big uns are nasty, but they're anti-large primarily. Orc boys. The orc boar boys, I think, mostly. Okay, which means I am going to want to bunch myself up against these rocks so that they can't flank me.
Yes, sir.
They're only orc boar boy biggins. Orc boar boys, so they're not biggins, so they're not anti-large. Yeah. So do I sail up to them and ask them kindly to land on the shore for a fight? Yeah. Yes, we submit a request for an engagement at the nearest convenient convenience.
Standing by.
It's all kind of a what's it called?
Yes, sir. Quickly. What do you bid? Understood.
What would you say?
Yes, sir. Quickly. Our weapons are yours.
I can't think of the word.
Taking position. Formation. March.
Oh, you're not right because we attacked you.
Waiting orders. Yes,
Because Creative Assembly didn't have any real plans for making naval battles, having battles on islands
moving now.
when fighting at sea was the next best thing. It is better than what we had, than what was present before, which was all battles on the ocean were auto-resolve only, which was problematic. Because many battles which you'd be able to, which the game would pit you, many times in a battle against the AI, the game gives you pretty terrible odds, or you lose units which you wouldn't normally lose. So it's better to be able to fight the battles even if they're on land. Wow. Then what hurt you so much? Is it the Lord? I suppose it's the Lord. Then you know, having the battles just being auto-resolve only. So.
Weapons are yours. Go. At speed. Yes, sir. Formation. March. Ready for war. Weapons drawn.
Wow, you are going to get brutally cut apart.
Taking position. Ready for war. We are ready. Attack them, men. What do you bid? To battle. Awaiting orders.
No, I want you to attack them.
Charge! Standing by. Sigmar calls.
Oh bugger.
Taking orders. Ready.
Wolf Riders in bunch of sails. Wolf Riders in bunch of sails.
I'll burn them. Withdraw. Burn everything. Take the ground. We are ready. Breathe them in flame. Strike them down. Yes, quickly. Go.
Sure. That way.
Fireball. Yes, sir.
Okay, I want you to fly off.
Go!
Get back here.
I am a pyromancer.
Stay away from the
On our formation!
Lord. You will protect me.
Show us the foe! Quick march! Yes, sir! Withdraw! Burn everything!
Wow.
The Empire is yours! What do you bid? We are ready! Standing by!
Get out of here, boys.
Yes, sir! Our weapons are yours! Our weapons are yours! All right, fire! Yes, sir! Charge! We obey! Show us the foe! We obey! Withdraw! Die, creeping scum! Seething fire! We are ready! Ready! Show us the foe! What do you bid? My Ulrich's wrath! Fireball! Withdraw!
Come on, take him out, take him out, take him out. Hit him with a fireball. Oh! Did I kill him? I killed him. Good.
Awaiting orders! Awaiting
That might be the morale drop we need.
Sir? Yes, General. On my command. Yes, sir. Whoa! Show us the foe.
Hey! Okay, there we go. Kind of messy. One in the end. That artillery was a problem. And I lost my, Ifrit. That's gonna hurt. Wasn't expecting their lord to cut through him so easily.
Our weapons are yours.
Oh.
What do you
We
bid?
have one dervish
No
left.
lingering.
I hope he survives.
Standing by.
I don't think so. I think he's going to get disbanded. Way. Okay. Pyrrhic victory. Yeah. Well, what am I going to replace the Ifrit with? I suppose a unit of spearmen, or maybe another unit of archers, that would be good. Not like we've got much more to choose from. I don't want the slaves right now. We'll just pardon them. Gonna run away. My auto-resolve. Probably gonna kill a bunch of my...
Zoggoth. Flame on.
Oh, we lost the dervishes too.
Follow the flame.
Okay.
The nation.
Go back in
calls.
here. Get that.
Ready? You need fire?
You didn't get a level. Let's get the armor for you. We've got the money. And you don't need the speed. Minus 5% speed. Eh. Can I get something? What's this? Sunstrike. Magic missiles. Might be something good for my assassin. Chestnut ring. That ward saves for Arabian flying carpets, dervishes, genie, and Ifrit. Pretty good. Beetle Pendulum, Ambush Success Chance, and also Death Blow. We can't get all of these because some of them require secondary items, which we don't have. Make a unit stop moving? Oh, that's another thing. Later on when we get mages, we actually have a unique law. Wait, what? Oh, there's a law of djinn. Is this it? Is this it? Yes, this is it. So Araby also has their own unique law. I thought it was called like Law of the Sands or something. No, I think this is it. Law of djinn. We have Mirage, which summons an illusionary unit. Sunstrike, magic missile. Or Sandstorm, it's a vortex. Quicksand stops a unit from moving. Curse of Djinn, minus 24 armor. Also lowest magic resistance when it's overcast. And Burning Hands, a breath spell, which causes major magical and fire damage, increases armor piercing damage. So some neat spells. I hope we'll be able to see them. I will need to get the, well, I will need to get a capital first, because we can't build all of our buildings here. I guess the, age building would be, like, tier 4 and 5.
What?
Okay, let's end turn. And, I really need some more heavy hitting units in my army. I want to be able to take a settlement. Some more Promethean Hatchlings would be nice. But I need level 3 for that? Hey, we got a bailiff.
By the comet.
Can I kill you now? I'm just gonna auto-resolve that. Okay, we lost Corsairs. That's alright. I just want to get rid of that army. Scepter of Stability.
I serve no
Okay.
master.
Recruit the Corsairs back again. And you can get... Ooh, get damage walls. And... increase mobility. You can get Morannin's Thunderbolt, I think. Actually, no. Seize Bounty, because I want more growth for your ship. So we can upgrade this. Because this is how I'm recruiting my army. Poxmarsh, 6 turns until it gets another level. Okay. Oh, all those bonuses are only local region? Okay. I wonder if I could build that over here as well. And turn again. As I said, we might call it come the new next turn. Since this was going to be a shorter session. Only an hour, but, you know, there's a beginning. We get to see how things are and what we're going to have to overcome. Vampire Coast, it seems, mostly. Okay, there's beastmen up in the Empire.
Ready to burn them.
I don't really have any major goals. Oh, hey. Escaping rebels in Temple of Tenankon. Taking a blood swap.
Flame on.
Let's see. Ownership. No, we can see basically nothing. Yeah, as I said, I don't really have any goals. I want to take this. Just so that we have a base to go off of. And then we might end up taking this. And then what? I don't know. I suppose just go to Astalia, take there. Have a look at Sartosa. maybe go back to Araby. I kind of would like to go somewhere else other than Araby, because we've played as Araby before and fought in Araby, so I'd like to go and, you know, just go and fight somewhere else. Fighting in Lustria is neat. Maybe we'll go further inland. Though since we're kind of a piratey faction, perhaps we should sail around and maybe we'll raid up here. There's Empire factions in Port Reaver and Swamp Town, and up here in Skeggy. Yeah. Let's see. Having holes in the wall would... it would help. They've got 2 rotting Prometheans in there now, and also some Mongols. Ugh.
The Empire.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to deal with the Mongols very easily. What would I need to be able to deal with it? Arabian Guard. Yeah, they've got halberds. They don't have immune to psychology. Arabian Knights. Elephants would be useful. What's this? Sipahis. Very heavily armored and equipped with 5 armaments. They are somewhat outdated and slow, but are still formidable troops. Oh, well, these are our cataphracts, are they? Yes. Okay. That's our cataphract unit. War elephants. Behemoth scorpion. Did we see those last time? And giant scorpion. So is this just a scorpion but larger, is it? Sails. Oh yeah, we get like a ballista, it looks like. Arada. Manganique. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. I suppose that's a... looks like a trebuchet. I suppose it's... maybe it's a mangonel. What's this? A grand bombard, of course. The massive cannon. Get slaves. Yay. Promethean Hatchlings are from the Merchant Wharf. It's a heck of a garrison we get on there. War elephants, flying carpets, knights, a grand bombard. Oh yeah, we also have the nomads. Oh, we don't have the building to recruit them. They're quite good because they have Bloodhowl, I think, which is that reduction to enemies' leadership. They charge them, but we don't have that here. Nope. Okay. Actually, I should look at the Golden Magus because that's where we can get all of our units. So yeah, we can see we can get mages up here. We can't get actually... okay, so we're still quite limited in what we can recruit here. We can get basic infantry up to Jezzail's there, or Araby warriors there. We get more magical units from here. Flying carpets, Promethean hatchlings, the Kimar El-Nar, or Ifrit up there, and genies up here. Cast Fireball, Chain Lightning, Sandstorm. They cause terror. They have 60% physical resistance, 60% missile resistance, 25% magic resistance. Strider, magical attacks, 300 weapon strength. Oh, they're ethereal. Yeah, I'd like to see them. And we have our magicians as well. Tahir El-Nar, Tahir El-Sahra, Tahir El-Sabawat, and Tahir El-Ayat. Again, my pronunciation is probably terrible. This is a mage of Law of Life. That's nice. I like that, especially for the healing. This is a Law of Heavens. This is our Law of Djinn. And this one is Law of Fire. Okay. Ooh, that would be nice. Tainted. Magicians, look out. Oh, what are these? Bronze cannons. Oh hey, we get Zufbar 42 pounders. That's pretty nice. Or used during battles. Magician's Lookout, piercing bolts of ruin. And also Hurricane of Blades. These are other abilities we can use during a battle. Like the Black Arc's bombardment spells. Minaret of Flames. +4 for Flying Carpets, Genius and Ifrits, recruit rank, +20 Winds of Magic, +10% casualty replenisher rate, and can summon the Sultan of Flame. Which sounds like a unique unit. Okay, anyway, I will save it there and we'll continue with this next time. Perhaps we'll get a bit of a longer session. I'll try not to get so involved in Quake as I did this time. Anyway, we got a pretty good early look at the campaign and what we're going to have to be dealing with. But I thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again next time where we continue with the Golden Magus campaign.